All right, let's quickly do another one while I still got a little bit of energy left in me. Like I did mention in my video this morning, I might not be as present online for the next couple of weeks or maybe 3 weeks, but I'll, whenever I can, whenever I feel like I can, I'll definitely pop up. So, okay, let's just get cards. Yeah, and I was just about to, like, as I was shuffling, because obviously we having, and the energy of it is already very potent, and some of you could probably see the full moon already forming. Yesterday wasn't like proper full, but and tomorrow is the peak. So with that, I feel like this heavily refers to that energy, and also there is this, like, it's not full, but there's a moon in that background. So I feel like something that's have been keeping you stuck, and it has a lot to do with your wounds. It has a lot to do with, yeah, there's a lot of pain in here, definitely, and a lot of restriction because of it. And I feel it's significant that somebody did, yeah, this, both of these images have, you know, the eyes covered in some way. And I feel it has a lot to do, this is very significant in terms of you have been bruised and you have been hurt. And the reason for that is one of the first things that comes through is like, yeah, and also having this tempers. So it's because of your naive nature, maybe, or maybe you had that innocent belief to some point, onto a certain point, that, you know, people are good. You wanted to see the good in people, like in all the people. But it feels like, you know, you got really disappointed, and possibly, like, you know, with this 8 of Swords and looking specifically at that snake wrapping around that one of these swords here. So I feel this have put you in a situation of like some kind of toxicity in here. Somebody had like a spell and control over you, and that really hurts you, and to the point of, like, you know, right now. So I feel a lot of you in here, like, you know, after something really traumatic that happened to you, that involved another person that you've been blinded by. So very possibly speaking here about, you know, narcissists, and, like, you know, the classic love bombing in here, and that later that same person has been trying to kind of, you know, insult you or bring you down. So yeah, this is exactly this energy. But I feel like with this equilibrium here, like, you know, you restored certain balance, you left this connection, definitely. So this is for those of you who are past that. Okay, let me just get more cards. Knight of Swords. So I feel like there's some kind of understanding that you've achieved in regards to that karmic connection, I want to say. And I feel like you do understand the lessons now. But I had a Judgment Rebirth in this deck, which is the Judgment and the Fool in reverse. I feel like in one way, like, yeah, with this Temperance and this Judgment here, you did understand the lessons. But I feel like right now, with this Fool in reverse, you might be a little bit stuck in terms of, like, not really knowing what is this new direction. You feel like you want to go towards a new path, but you're not entirely sure where it is, or what does it look like exactly. There's a Queen of Wands on the bottom. So you've got certain, like, amount of fire and passion about yourself. Yeah, she's coming out. You've got a lot of power. You've got a lot of power, and you've got a lot of power to build. And with this 10 of Pentacles, you can make yourself rich if you wanted to. Some of you might actually even, you know, earn quite good money, or you are your own boss. This is like a boss energy in here coming through. Or what I'm kind of feeling as well with that, a lot of you, just because of your bruises and what you went through and how restricted, like, connections and other people made you feel, I feel like you took, a lot of you in here are very happy and comfortable alone. You are happy building alone. I feel like some of you in here, like, yeah, just gave up even that idea of, because of the hurt that you've experienced, like, you know, you don't want any more new beginnings, and a lot of what I'm kind of feeling and hearing. Some of you, yeah, a lot of you guys like might be very comfortable with just tending to your garden, like, you know, what's coming through. Some of you might like have a variety of different pets, and that's like, you know, you, some of you might actually prefer company of animals over people. A lot of you here are just genuinely giving up on people. You're building your own kingdom. But there's a King of Wands on the bottom. So as much as you do really well for yourself, despite of the wounds and despite of whatever you went through, and even though you're doing really good for yourself, I feel like there is someone aligned with you that might come in and surprise you. Hold on. Oh my god, this oh god, yeah, this is the Lovers. Yeah, and the King of Wands is coming out. Oh my god. We had High Priestess, Ace of Wands, the Lovers, and King of Wands is here. And yeah, 111 is significant. Which is like, yeah, restart, new beginnings. So despite of you being slightly resistant, or maybe, like I said, with this 4, ooh, hold on a second, because what I've just heard as well, some of you might have, remember as well, and this is gonna be, because this is collective reading, so energies that are coming through sometimes, like, you know, it can be multi-layered, it can be, you know, variety of different messages. So okay, hold on, because oh my god, there's a lot coming through. Let me just pause it for a second. What's coming through as well, as much as, like, you know, coming back to this wounds and you're not really kind of willing to open yourself up, I feel that some of you guys, that's why this Fool in reverse, some of you guys, like, you had some kind of encounter with this King of Wands, Queen of Wands, of an equal fire, somebody that resembles you a lot, you might even look alike, twin flame type of energy. But just because of all the wounds and past and lack of balance at the time, I feel, oh, and also what they're telling me, like, you know, with this Fool in reverse, that it was a right person, bad timing. So for some of you, like, you know, you might have met someone with whom you had certain kind of fire, but the person in here might have been in some way restricted, or it could have been you as well. Like, you know, you might have still been healing something, or you might have still been trapped in some kind of situation. And that's why this new beginning couldn't sort of happen. There's like a stall. But having High Priestess here with this Ace of Wands, I feel that for those of you, if you do feel like, you know, in yourself that there was some kind of connection like that, you know, it was just like, what's the word for it? That got fumbled, but not because there was lack of love or interest or attraction. There's a lot of attraction, and also with this Lovers, there's this resemblance in here. But I feel like there was still something left to release, like with this Judgment. And then maybe possibly for some of you, like, you know, this meeting happened too soon, or it was something, I'm looking at the number 31, 17 might be significant for some of you. Hold on, let me just get one more. Yeah, 2 of Swords on the bottom. So there's this feeling of like, yeah, yet again, another blindfold. So this is like a 3rd card with this blindfold on. So I feel like someone here wasn't really kind of, yeah, oh my God. For a lot of you, this will be in regards to some kind of connection that you've already experienced, but just because of wounds and because of inability to see clearly, this didn't take off. Yeah. But on the other hand, for those of you who, like I said, can't think of any kind of connection like that. So this is in regards to, like, you know, you definitely carrying some kind of wounds, and, you know, when something welcoming, or, you know, there's this energy of something forming, you know, you might have high defenses. But in a big way, I'm gonna just grab one more card, but yeah, I do feel for the bigger part, this is in regards to something that you you already experienced with someone, like some kind of new connection as well. You're having this Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands. So this is in regards to some sort of new connection that didn't have a chance to start because of some kind of deeper wounds, or this kind of inability to see as well. Also, like this crippling fear is coming through with this. Yeah, indecisiveness. Right, I'm gonna get one last card. Okay, Spirit. So what's the possible outcome here? Eight of Wands. So this is incoming communication, energy moving fast, things happening fast, something being in motion. Moon on the bottom. So I feel this is like there's illusions and this illumination that's going to be happening, and I feel like this full moon might illuminate some kind of clarity of someone here. Nine of Pentacles, Six of Swords, and that moon is definitely here, and the Knight of Pentacles on the bottom. So that this very often refers to energy of a slower mover. Yeah, there's also a Hanged Man on the bottom. So somebody who's been going here through a little bit of spiritual awakening and needing time in solitude as well, to rebuild themselves, like, you know, with this Nine of Pentacles, and also this an element of leaving something behind here. So yeah, definitely for a big part of you guys, this will be in regards to some kind of connection that you've already experienced, but something didn't go well. And there's a big element of fear and hiding as well from the truth. But do I see the World? Yeah, there's the Queen of Swords, the World, Three of Swords, and the Six of Cups as well. So I feel like with this Queen of Swords and this World in here, so there's something that has been expressed or said, or some kind of boundaries maybe have been created that might have actually caused some kind of this, you know, turbulences in that connection. But with the Six of Cups, so definitely there is a big element of, like, you know, soul recognition, as much as we have that love is as well. So yeah, so I would expect this. So this is definitely the message in reading for those of you guys who still have some kind of lingering energy around yourself. And also, yeah, this fire is very significant. So it might be for my fire signs, if you've got some strong fire placements, or you might simply just exhibit like a fire energy. So it's definitely in regards to, and also let's not forget that, especially when it comes to fire people, they're very proud. So I feel like pride is also a big element of why this connection sort of went separate ways. Because there is definitely this element of two souls, very kind of powerful souls as well. That's, yeah, and I feel like, you know, there was like a potential of this new beginning, but something went wrong, and I feel it has a lot to do with fears, shadows, illusions, lack of communication. But I feel like with this Eight of Wands, some of you guys are going to be receiving that communication. And yeah, there's something about clearing the air as well. What I'm kind of feeling with that. Wow, okay, this is getting long, so I'm going to leave you with that. Yeah. Okay, right, I'm gonna stop now, because oh my god, this is very interesting energy. I hope it did make sense. Right, okay, let's finish this on that one. I'm gonna have to leave you with that. Love you, bye.